ooh, it's hard for me to tell it. And he said, I love you, Mr. Bishop. And I drove away in the car and I thought, he doesn't even know what a bishop is. And immediately I knew either you're going to reach the world or you're going to honor your traditions. You have to go beyond your traditions in order to be effective. And if you're going to do that, that pliability, what psychologists would call AQ, your adaptability quotient, your ability to adapt to environment, comes from being crushed. It comes from I was going to say the women would relate to that, but the women today don't do this. So the older women might remember when we kneaded bread dough. The younger women don't know what I'm talking about because they get the bread already made at the grocery store. But when you go home and ask your grandmother if I'm right about this, that if you're going to make biscuits from scratch, you have to knead the dough. And the more you crush it, the more pliable it becomes. And ultimately the bread will rise because you pressed it. And if you're going to be adaptable enough to fit into the future God has designed for you, then it is the crushings that prepares you not to be more loyal to your traditions than you are your calling. Not to look down your nose at somebody who is into what you just left. Because church people get amnesia. And amnesia quick. They turn up their nose. Oh my God, the smell of smoke. Oh my God. And it was just 3 years ago. You were sucking on one like it was a straw, you know. And now, they said a profane word. Come on, Henry, let's leave. No, don't leave. Let's stay. Let's stay. Jesus, what made Jesus so radical? The religious people hated Jesus. What made him so radical is that Jesus went to the wine bibbers and he went in the street and he touched people who were hurting and they loved him. They loved him. Jesus that was so relevant that he looked no different than the people around him. He looked so ordinary to his environment that the Roman soldiers had to hire somebody to point him out. So Jesus wasn't into standing out, he was into fitting in. Okay? Because in order for him to redeem us according to the law, you had to be a kinsman redeemer. Okay? So in order to be a kinsman redeemer, he has to be kin to the thing he wants to redeem. And what makes a minister effective and not condescending is when you're reaching for that soul. This is the truth. When you're reaching for that soul, the most effective ministers are the ones who see a little bit of themselves in the people coming down the aisle. Yeah, because if you're not